Deaf children learning a language could certainly pursue the development of listening and spoken language skills if desired, and doing so would carry much less risk knowing the child would have mastery in at least one language. If a child does not succeed in mastering either a spoken language or a sign language, we must then ask how much benefit the child derived from interventions in each language relative to the amount of time and resources dedicated to those interventions. According to a new study published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, cheetahs are heading toward extinction, and different conservation efforts are needed to protect the species. The study cites an alarmingly low population estimate of only 7,100 cheetahs remaining worldwide, with most found in 6 African countries. It wasn't until far into the 15th century that line engraving on metal, a development of the goldsmith's specialty of ornamenting armor and precious metals, began to emerge as a printing method. Copper was a pricey metal to engrave on, and the process was time-consuming and labor-intensive. Previously unknown processes may have played a crucial role in the formation of the first organic compounds on Earth some 4 billion years ago, before the beginning of life. The mechanism, which is comparable to what could have occurred in certain ancient underwater hydrothermal vents, may also have important implications for the hunt for life elsewhere in the cosmos.
Even though it is currently illegal to kill gorillas in the nation, listing the subspecies as critically endangered will likely lead to more funding and support for its preservation. Dr. Plumptre and his colleagues are in discussions with the government and community leaders regarding the establishment of 2 additional protected areas that would contain 60% of the remaining gorilla habitat, despite the fact that protecting the full 7,700 square mile region would be unfeasible.
A research claims that a sequence of camel sculptures cut into rock faces in Saudi Arabia may be the world's earliest large-scale animal reliefs. It was believed that the engravings were made around 2,000 years ago when they were found in 2018. Based on their resemblance to the Petra reliefs, this was decided.
The mineral potassium is abundant in bananas. Helps control the passage of nutrients and waste materials between cells, as well as fluid levels in the body. Muscles contract and nerve cells respond to potassium, as well. It regulates the heartbeat and lowers blood pressure by reducing sodium's impact. As individuals get older, potassium may help prevent kidney stones from developing. Emerald is defined by its green color. To be an emerald, a specimen must have a distinctly green color that falls in the range from bluish-green to slightly yellowish-green. To be an emerald, the specimen must also have a rich color. Stones with weak saturation or light tone should be called green beryl. If it is greenish-yellow, it is heliodor. This color definition is a source of confusion.
A breakthrough treatment for chronic pain that is considerably more successful than any other option may influence your religious views. How would you feel about this? And 1 in 3 patients who receive this therapy go into remission, but they are more likely to vote for the political party with whom you disagree politically?
A new study has found that robots can persuade people to take larger risks in a simulated gambling environment than they would if there was no influence on their actions. This study's goal was to investigate if robots may influence risk-taking, which might have significant ethical, practical, and policy consequences. Yet this landscape, which appeared so alien and confronting to the white settlers and explorers, had been home for thousands of years to Indigenous Australians for whom the plains, ranges, and deserts were a sustaining, spiritual and integral part of their existence.
If you are involved in an accident while riding your motorbike, the other driver will certainly blame you for it. Everything from road conditions to skid marks to road signs to construction is included in this section. Attorneys aren't always necessary, but they may assist you understand the procedure and guarantee that the other driver's insurance doesn't unfairly blame you for an accident.
Universities across Europe saw significant expansion, productivity, and creative research during the early modern period. There were 29 universities distributed over Europe by the end of the Middle Ages, around 400 years after the first European university was formed.
The standard Web Convention Suite is used by the Internet to service a few billion users throughout the world. As it is, it may be described as a global correspondence system based on personal computers. Anyone with a computer can access the Internet. In any instance, appropriate programming is required.
A unique characteristic of online shopping environments is that they allow vendors to create retail interfaces with highly interactive features. One desirable form of interactivity from a consumer perspective is the implementation of sophisticated tools to assist shoppers in their purchase decisions by customizing the electronic shopping environment to their individual preferences.
Child language brokers are children or young people who translate or interpret on behalf of family members or others who do not speak the local language. When settling into a new country, children often learn the local language more rapidly than their parents and other adults. Transhumanism is a worldwide philosophical movement that argues for drastically improving human cognition and physiology by creating and making sophisticated technology broadly available. In recent years, it has become fashionable. Transhumanists think that we may develop beyond our human limits and become something more.
The origins of security systems are obscure, but techniques for protecting the household, such as the use of locks and barred windows, are very ancient. As civilizations developed, the distinction between passive and active security was recognized.
The weather satellite is a type of satellite that is used to track the Earth's weather and climate. Satellites can have polar orbits, which cover the whole Earth asynchronously, or geostationary orbits, which hover over the same location on the equator. City lights, fires, pollution impacts, auroras, sand and dust storms, snow cover, ice mapping, ocean current limits, energy flows, and other phenomena are visible from meteorological satellites.
This apartment complex houses a large number of households. Each apartment is self-contained, with its own kitchen, living area, bathroom, and bedrooms. Some units have one bedroom, while others have two. The first-floor apartments have patios, whereas the flats on the other stories have balconies. They're all equipped with air conditioning.